Hey, 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 welcome to Thursday. We are the glitch in the matrix. I'm not sure if I've been live. It's saying I've been live for 47, 48 seconds now. Anyways, welcome everyone to Thursday morning coffee time live. My name's lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. I am the Joyful Muse, and I welcome you to this space and trust that by our connection, perhaps you will be inspired also to become the joyful muse in your own human experience. HUEMAN. Oh, what a time we are living in. What a time. It is April the 17th, 2025. All planets are currently moving direct, and we've got some motion and forward movement in our own lives as well. Let me just get this Palo Santo going. Take a sip. And at this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, here to support our greatest and highest manifestation of goodness at this time via the pathway of a calm central nervous system. So, how are we all doing? No one's here. No one's here. I was a little late coming online, and then yesterday, Whimsical Wednesday, I got caught up in the day. I have been re-editing this and really busy working behind the scenes on the path of service that I'm meant to walk in this lifetime. And of course, as soon as we are set up here, this old fella wants to come in and be a part of it. So I'm just going to move this book over here. We'll leave it there, and we'll see what cards we're going to work with today. So, as I said, how are y'all doing? I hope everyone's doing fine. I hope you are navigating these energies and really showing up for yourself at this time. Let's just I'm just trying to tune in. And of course, I get distracted by Tristan, who can never just find a spot. He's got to walk up and down and this. And normally those are decks used on a Friday. We're just going to go with it though. This. And this. So I guess, the big questions, like, many people, and if you're just finding this channel and you're just waking up to who you truly are, I guess the big question a lot of us have is, what's the point? What is the point of this entire journey? What are we here for? And is there more? Are we here for more than we have currently been experiencing? And the immediate response to that is yes, absolutely. We are here for so much more than we have been currently experiencing. And yet the process and the journey of ascension, which is the same journey our brother Yeshua walked in his lifetime. We're approaching, one of the high holidays, the crucifixion, the Last Supper, the crucifixion, and then the resurrection. And, it mirrors our own experience, is what I'm guided to say. And so if you're watching this at any time close to the real time date, the 17th through Easter weekend, the resurrection day is 420. And, this is a message for you to really allow yourself to move through the journey of, the death and rebirth. This weekend, it feels like this weekend truly is the eye of the needle that we've been hearing so much about for the last week or 10 days. And so showing up for ourselves in these ways is going to make the rise even that much more of a delight. So today I've been guided to work with the Joyful Woman Oracle, the Spirit of the Wheel Oracle, and the, what is this one called? It's the Rainbow, the Rainbow Warrior Awaken. Soft. Yes, that's so perfect. As Tristan digs his nail into my lap, he wants me to be petting him. Soft. Exactly. As we move through this transition, we're really being encouraged to be softer with ourselves. And, gentleness goes a long way. And oftentimes we see our missteps, if you will. We take them. We take them. We're the ones taking the step, and we're the ones that are judging. On Tuesday night, there was a lot of talk about, or maybe it wasn't even, it could have been in my writing. I'm sorry. Everything is so interwoven these days, the writing, and then because everything is service. So it's up to us to not let ourselves off the hook. This is a 47, so it comes to an 11. We are the master. We're the gateway. We're the sacred key. I almost feel like guided to share with you, but it's so like there's a reason that the series was called Playing in the Deep. It is a little deep, and yet that's what we're here for. I'm wondering if I should feel guided to read it. Perhaps I'll wait and see if anyone comes and says, yes, Lisa, we would like you to read it. It's just the first entry into this book, which is actually not going to be broken down into volumes with the reprint. It's going to be one offering. So we're the sacred key. We are the sacred key coming online. We have the sacred code that the world needs at this time, and it's encoded in us. It's the God spark, the God genome, and we are the home. And so as we go gently, softly, and it's not, again, as I started to say, it's not letting ourselves off the hook. It's like when we take a misstep, it's not putting ourselves in this space of, eternal purgatory or anything like that, because that would be the end of the story. And we're here for the rise of glory through our own healing story. And then the next card out is the Angel of Jupiter Awaken. And again, this divine spiral, this is all about healing. And it's almost as if this light, your light, our light, sits in the center here and spirals the recognition of your own light, the recognition of your own personal power in each and every sacred hour is, your power is really flows from the purity of your heart and the child that lives within, that would like, I feel emotional today. Like I feel really emotional today. I had a phone call with my mom who's back on Canadian soil after being out of the country for 6 months. And, even on that phone call, I was a little feeling emotional. And here again, as we connect with this image, I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. It's quite emotional. And so it feels to me like this is almost as if it's your permission to soften, it's your permission to heal, it's your permission to move through the eye of the needle. 1111, you're the gateway, you're the sacred code, the God genome who is here now to awaken with the help, love, and support of angels, so that you may heal, so that you may experience how it feels to not struggle, to not want for anything, to be peaceful, happy, and perhaps even joyful and content with what is present in the day-to-day experience. This is a number 6. So the master, number 11, the first master number 11, and then the 6, this is the path of service, and the path of service that is walked and guided by the heart that beats within the vessel that is you. 1212, spirit of the world, you, the channel of light, spirit of the wheel. How about spirit of the world? 1221, frolic and fun, filling our own cup, in touch with our intuition, knowing, all children knowing they have a right to be here, a right to thrive, more than survive. We're not here to work, to pay, taxes and to be betrayed by those who work for us. Leadership, self-discipline, psychic abilities. Thank you for the confirmation. Number 18, which is the moon, which is the shadow. This could be the moon. It could be the sun. I mean, it's hard to tell these days because when I was a child, the sun was golden, Mr. Golden Sun, shining down on all of us. And now the sun is rather white. And it feels more like a microwave. I feel like more like a piece of meat been put in a microwave when the sun comes out. And this is really interesting. I have to go get my writing because I'm pretty sure I wrote something about lions and tigers. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. But you know what, I don't even have to go get the book. Let's think about that. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. That's what that feels like. This is the energy we are called to embody. And bears are very playful. Mama bears are very protective, very playful. They keep their new projects, if you will, their new cubs under wraps, and while they nurture and care for them until they're ready to go out in the world and frolic and play and learn new things, experience joy in everyday skills. And I feel like this is saying to us, any of you who are watching this, if anyone watches this, you are here for a very specific role in this lifetime. And we've been having some big wins. We just had our full moon, which was in the real sky in Virgo. We called it the Libra full moon, justice. The next day, Venus, who rules Libra, went direct after being retrograde. This is about our relationship with ourselves. And we may find, as we change, we'll always find as we change our relationship with ourselves, our relationships with others change as well. So 18 is the moon, and you reduce that to a 9, and we have the Hermit, good old Hermie, the year that we're in. We're in the year of, it's a universal 9, so it's a year of completion. You may go to other channels, you may feel yourself that 10 is a completion number. Personally, for me, it's 9 is completion. 10 is the new beginning on the energy of the Fool and the Magician. And then we got I was going to say we got the Spirit of the Wheel card. We got the Medicine Wheel, oneness, inner growth, contemplation. Exactly as I'm saying. And look, we have a bear and a hawk and what is that? It's not a stag. It's like a gazelle. Is it a gazelle? Oneness, inner growth, contemplation. And there's 0 on the board. Confirmation. This is the reset. This is the new beginning. And as these big winds of change, solar winds blow in, it's really about us maintaining our self-discipline, trusting our psychic gifts and abilities as they continue to open and step into that role of leadership, that reason why we're here, which is more than just to go to some job and to pay taxes to some gov that doesn't give a shit about any of us. Purity. And that's where we end with this deck, because it comes right back to the earlier message, the purity of our heart. And this is like the wild horse running wild and free. Inner child, innocence, freedom. It's ours for the taking. It's ours to harness this energy and work it to our advantage. Don't get down on yourself. Don't get depressed. If you feel depressed today, go take a deep rest. Have a rest day. Everybody deserves a rest day. And then, get up and show up for yourself the next day, right? It's like, because we get into these cycles, and it's like we are the ones that get ourselves out of the cycles as well, because we have these little cycles that are our daily life, like the 24-hour cycle, if you will, the clock, the man-made clock. Let's get in rhythm and cycle to the rising and setting of the sun, the bird song in the morning, the bird song at night when they're all getting ready to go and roost in the nest. See if we can more align ourselves, because everything externally is throwing us off from our natural innate rhythms and cycles. And we were born wild and free. Children nowadays are born with a burden of debt, a burden of this, a burden of that. It's nonsense. Let us stop it. Let us be the ones that stop it going forward every day of our life. Let us make a difference and continue to focus on the inner growth. That's so important. It's like called growing up. And yes, okay, let's be honest. Not everyone had an idyllic childhood situation. Most of us didn't. And yet, and yet that doesn't mean it's not possible. That doesn't mean it's not possible for other children to have a more idyllic situation than we did. And yet it starts with us as adults taking responsibility for how we feel, taking responsibility for, what we are invested in and what we are giving, sharing with the world. And so the purity, spirit path of the north, the direction of our ancestors, those who love us unconditionally in spirit, whether we knew them in life or not, they are all cheering us on, saying, move on, Braveheart. You are so supported in stepping into your role and the purpose, the reason why you're here. The moon energy is all about our shadow, right? This book that, this book that was a guided offering, is all about the shadow, right? Getting familiar and comfortable in the shadow, playing in the deep. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not about dipping your toe in and testing the waters. It's life. It's life. And so, how do we continue to rise, continue to seek to experience more joy if we're going to be so invested externally in what others think, in what may be the right thing to do? Who knows what the right thing to do for you is? Certainly not a government, certainly not the bankers, certainly not the teachers, and probably not even our parents at a certain point. So now, as the big person, as the big girl, as the big boy, it's up to you to go forward and allow the medicine wheel to turn, feeling how loved and supported you are, not just by the heavenly realms, and by just your presence here, just being here on the earth. The fact that you woke up and opened your beautiful eyes today is the gift. And those of you who have been around a while know this is the mirror image of the divine feminine. 13 is my number for the feminine, 1331. So I see this feminine energy here, but also with this, I see the 4, which is the angelic realms. Jupiter, the big, slow moving planet of truth. You know, what is your truth? What is the truth? 2, 2, 2, 2. What is the truth for all of us? Softness goes a long way. You know, this rough and tumble, it's not the way. And this is kind of the transformation into this, isn't it? Now here, the singular, the self, the cells, you know, the soul, then spirals, aligns itself here, writes itself through the emotional body, harnessing their inner power, calling their power back, making free will choices to show up for themselves in responsible ways each and every day. You're doing it, we're doing it, and I thank you so much for the work you do behind the scenes in your daily life. Well, these two wanted to come out. I'm going to take them out like that, but I hadn't really. We'll leave them. I can't see them, and we're going to just ask for another. Throat chakra clearing for sure. I could cry. Zero, zero. And we have innocence again. It's the purity of our heart. It's the innocence of the child that came as a God's spark, as God's spark. This was Lisa, 1973. This is the child who just seeks to live from the heart, expressing themselves in their own unique way. And, you know, as I was saying earlier about playing in the deep, it's not just about dipping a toe in. And here we see the imagery of, you know, the leg up to the knee in the water. It's like diving in. And it's like as we step in, we support the motion of the wheel turning in our favor. So let's check these two cards out. 14 and 20, healing and synthesis. How beautiful. 14 comes to the 5. 14 also in the tarot is the temperance card, guided by angels. The Archangel Gabriel, I believe, is the angel of the temperance card. And Archangel Gabriel blows their trumpet. The new beginning is here, grounded and confident. Harmonizing and synthesizing with the energy that's here as we heal and are healing. It's so important. The work you do behind the scenes, I'm not sure if anyone's told you this, so let me be the first. The work you do behind the scenes, the tears you cry, the trauma that you heal, not only is it supporting you to have a better life, it is service to the collective, because what we heal, we don't have to repeat. And what we heal, hopefully, the whole entire purpose is so that future generations don't have to repeat. Right now, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done because grown adults, like of my vintage and stuff, we have allowed so much harm to befall upon our children. And so to those of you, to all of us, it's so important that we continue to do the work, because many, many years ago, back in 2012, we were given the guidance that karma was cleared and no more harm. Milos, brother, welcome. Hey, how is it going? This is about no more harm going forward. No more harm. So we must stop. We must stop and allow this healing to take place via the purity of our heart. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I don't even want to go to the job today. This time next week, this will be my Friday. Right now, it's Monday. I go to work today. Tomorrow, I'm off Saturday. And then I start Sunday to Thursday, my new shift. Still on afternoons, but, at least I'll have some weekend time. But, honestly, I don't want to go. I like, and this can be our thing too. So it's like we don't want to be a recluse. And that hermit energy can be a little reclusive. I love my alone time. I really do. And yet I also long for and crave partnership, companionship, with a divine masculine, in my experience. And so it's a real conundrum as, this Virgo who's here on this planetary mission in a role of sacred leadership, offering support and guidance to the collective via my own personal path of healing. It's such a paradox, because like I really want to connect with people, and yet I don't want to leave my apartment. So, and yet I do, and when I do, I navigate very well. But this 20 coming out brings us back to that judgment energy, which we were talking about the other day, the last time we connected live. I'm sure we were talking about judgment and discernment. And here it is again with the 20, the judgment. And as we're coming into this Easter weekend, the Last Supper, the crucifixion, and the resurrection, the rebirth, it's really important that we, it's really important that we, as we move through the phase of judgment, and it's our own judgment, forget the judgment of others. It's the high standards that we hold ourselves to, that often, because we don't always measure up to the ideal that we have put in place, it can then become a bit of a booby trap, where we are like, oh my gosh, I did that. I did that again. What a mistake, or whatever. Soften your stance on yourself. Offer yourself some grace as we move through the healing. Yes, and helping remotely. That's why I do what I do. That's why I've been actively back in to the re-editing of this. I'm so disappointed in myself that I let this go out the way I did the first time. And yet I was so excited. Hindsight shows me that some um, those who were reading it needed a little bit more understanding of how these messages come through and how do we? Awesome. Yeah, I've set up here. I've got my wall hangings all up everywhere, and this is my dedicated space. I mean, from time to time, I'll move the computer around just to change it up. But yeah, awesome. Awesome. See, we're twins, Virgo twins. So yeah, I mean, it just feels like we're in this really beautiful window for the rebirth coming through the other side of the eye of the needle, because we're here weaving the tapestry of purity with big courage. It was 3113 there. Big courage, big bold moves, self-discipline. And we are psychic. I mean, I'm sure you've been feeling it as well. That your psychic gifts and abilities, sorry, I feel like I have a little pimple here. Your psychic gifts and abilities are opening. I have to say, I have noticed mine are on point, and it's like everywhere, everything. It's this constant, this is it. Those of you who are here watching this, if you're still here watching this, it's so important that as we're in this like highly psychic time, that we find a way to keep ourselves grounded. And, many of us don't have a ton of healing work left to do. We have a ton of integration left to do so that we can actually welcome in the new. And this is a big weekend for that integration. And the divine feminine, it's almost like the feminine is being anointed to rise in her role as the masculine counterpart. Is I'm hearing the word submitting, but it's not a submission. It's more of an admission of the travesty that has been befallen this planetary realm as a result of the distortion of the divine feminine. Does that make any sense? Milos, you're the only one with me. Does that make sense, brother? And it's really about us as the psychic abilities and gifts are on steroids, as Milo said, steroids. That's hilarious because it does feel like it's like a wallop. And here the wind has been so crazy. Today the sun is shining and it's kind of nice, but it's still windy. And it's like the winds are howling. It's not just like this gentle breeze blowing. The winds are howling. And these are geomagnetic storms, solar storms coming to the earth, real and engineered, let's say. So in the midst of this, we've got so much at play that as the master, as the one here fulfilling their mission, it's so important that we learn to navigate the wobble. And the most important thing is keeping ourselves grounded and centered and keeping ourselves yesterday morning. It was so weird. As soon as I got up, I literally felt sick. I didn't know if I was like having some sort of a medical episode. I literally didn't know if I wanted to puke, if I wanted to poop, if I was going to fall down. I had no idea. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And I was just in my little hallway in my home here. And I literally had to stop where I was because I was literally having a bit of anxiety, and maybe it was a panic attack. Who knows? I literally had to stop, rest like against the wall, place my hands on my abdomen, on my belly, and breathe and affirm to myself how powerful I am through my connection to source, through my connection to God. And, after about, I would say like 90 seconds, I felt so much more in my personal power. Now, I don't know if that was a psychic blow. It sure felt like it because I haven't experienced anything like that in a very long time. I literally felt like I was drunk, and I haven't had any alcohol in over 4 years. Yay, me. So 22 years of my adult life have been sober. There was a little blip in time there just before and after Frank died. Um, but yeah, so if you're feeling anything like, if you're having experiences anything like I've been having, which I'm sure if you're resonating, you are the power point. You are the most powerful point in time right now. And time is in parentheses. I really feel guided to the fact that I was guided to start editing this again yesterday really makes me feel like I'm guided to share with you the very first entry in this offering. And so I'm going to. So if you're here, it's Story Time with Lisa, Chapter 1, Version 1 of my book, Playing in the Deep. So at the time, I'm just wondering, they want me to share something here with you before I get into the channeled message. So I'm going to just read it. The date is February 27th, 2022, and this book is now complete. As I set forth on the journey of editing, another message has come through. I have been told that by my crew that this is both the beginning and the end. And I've been seeing a lot of vultures, and vulture brings the message of rebirth, death and rebirth. Vulture brought a more clear message about 5 years ago when he flew 6 feet over my head by the lake, which was so random. Never in 20 years had it happened until that day. And when he was flying, circling over my head, the message was death and rebirth take place within the same space. So the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega, the Trinity that lives within all beating hearts. Humanity is gifted a fresh start. Will you open your heart to receive? Spirit, source, consciousness, God, and the universe work this way, weaving as we bob along life's ebb and flow. Spirit seeks to support our ability to weave our golden thread of light, and grow. Here, heart beating now, dear human reading this. Heaven on earth does exist for those who believe in this. We, humanity, win. In the beginning and in the proverbial end, there lives only love. Love, only love will do. Indeed, the meek shall inherit the earth through their ability to live in peace and harmony, abundantly with the divine. Divine Mother, Divine Father, and dear Divine Holy Child within, the Trinity within. Who knows in their bones that love wins. Live your bliss. Heaven on earth does exist. It is not pretend. The rest/unrest ... is only make/made to believe. What do you believe? Live your dreams. And then and like I said, it's all being edited again. It's going to be divine perfection when it gets out again. So chapter 1, initially I had just dated it, the date I received the message. I have been guided to rename this piece of prose, Bob and Weave, You Are the Sacred Key. So here it is, okay? In the game of hook, line, and sinker, in parentheses, him and her, be the bobber who keeps their head, his or her, above water. Do not play their game. Instead, work consciously with your breath. Sacred practices support your ability to stay afloat. You are in charge of your boat. Sacred vessel, captain of your own heart. Starship, live your bliss. Live with consciousness now. Consciously live now. So I guess I should explain, like, when I write, it's automatic writing. And this was a channel, they usually come through very quickly. Anywhere from a couple of minutes to up to an hour. So I don't, this one came through on February 27th, 2022. I don't remember the time frame in which it came through. So that's what I'm sharing with you here. You are indeed the captain of your very own vessel. Light ship, rock the boat now. All are called now to take ownership of their vessel. Sacred vessel, you are the light. Light ship, starship, sunshine of your life. Prepare via practice to take flight. Breath is your life. Breath practice, sacred, divine right. Breath of God, blessed is your flight of divine birthright. As the captain of your vessel, light ship, starship, sunshine, you are the one. You are the golden key, the sacred holy code, the God genome, geometric in nature, spiritual spiral, spiraling holy grail. God's love wins. You do too, if you choose. Breath is your current. With God's breath, you are the current stream. Frequency. How swiftly are you flowing? Is love flourishing and growing? Do you trust your inner knowing? In parentheses, GNO, gnosis. Within you is a sacred key. Do you believe? All are asked now to access and locate their sacred key. Here's a hint. X marks the spot. It's your beautiful heart. Sacred heart, one with God. Holy child of light, you are the key code, the sacred genome of divine knowing, God's spark, sacred heart. Your sacred key, God genome, once accessed within, supports the greatest, highest outcome for all living beings. Men, women, and children, all sacred holy keys. Every single one of you, every single cell within you is awakened with love, vibrant health, holy grail, holy trinity, divine, sacred, God creation source. Sacred geometry resides within. You are a flower of life, cosmic delight, eternal life. Let love win. It's innate within the complexity of the layers of being human. Divine humans, you have encountered much externally, which has led you astray into the fray on the fringe. You have been led away from you on a whim. You allowed via obedience, compliance, that which is unholy. You are holy, 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 holy. Sacred children of light, to whom are you obedient? So many, too many, just enough. You are enough. Dear humans welcomed complexity unwittingly upon and within themselves. This brings us to now. Without awareness, many have disconnected from source and the gnosis within. Yet not really. How could you? Because within you, source gnosis resides. Your source gnosis resides eternally in the now, the present, your gift, eternal bliss. Who among you are conscious of this? Within, consciously growing by daily choices. Within the layers upon layers of complexity you have created, this current creation has bungled and boggled, boondoggled the collective mind. The hive has been tampered, manipulated, and played, toyed with, not in a very good way, not godly at all. Where is your heart today? What is the condition of the heart that beats within? Slow and steady now. What is the necessity of now? Peace. What ushers in collective blessings? Peace, prosperity. What is your shared stream of necessity? The simple, bare necessities, peace and love. Breathe, pause, release. Fully, completely, come back to you. Love, only love will do. Be good to you. Home now to your personal, God-given, gifted power. It resides within this very hour, sacred and holy, eternally now. Shift, holy shift. Breathe with it. Present here now, it is only love that lives beyond the illusions of the flesh, delusions at best. Breathe, pause, release. Feel your heartbeat. Bring your presence to the sacred heart beating within. In the eternal flow of things, divine beings, now is always the most powerful time. Do not resist. The present moment eternally exists, and it is where your point of power lives and grows. Point of power is your light. Here, heart beating now, is where your power resides. You were born to thrive. To whom do you give this precious point in time? You are precious, a precious moment in time, precious moments beyond the lies of the human eyes. Your eternal essence now lives and thrives. Claim it. Your present moment in time is why humanity now lives to thrive. Claim it. You are here to flip the script that has been scripted for humanity's demise. Beyond the lies of the human eyes, you know, GNO, humanity as a consciousness does indeed rise. Collectively so, each soul. Collective consciousness on the rise beyond and above the lies you are living. You are the living light, born for love and to thrive. In love, all rise, shine, and thrive. Humanity did not agree to this. Trickery, sorcery, mind controlling, divine denying, wicked, evil games that are being played. Blasphemous Baphomet. You chose to be here now as the ground crew of light, of the divine, the chosen ones here to shine bright as the light of Christ. Born with awareness of the shared human, HUE, experience. Awareness of the collective as the living light of Christ, divine birthright. You are the light, and you came with your own script. All of you did. Sacredness in a body. You came as a seed of light, God's love and divine glory, giving and receiving through the beautiful sacred heart beating within. So much healing. Here now within your body. How deep is your breath? How deep is your love? All hearts beating now have their own sacred script of light, of love, of divine service, which is righteous. Righteousness is on the rise. Joyful bliss for all. Holy pilgrimage of the Sacred Heart. Welcome home to the light that is yours and always has been. The light that is you, the portal of light. You have always been born to co-create, transform, and transmute pain with and by love. Love is the sacred, holy, eternal loop, the sacred hoop, the blessed loop de loo. Here we go. As the dance of love you grow. As the pilgrim walks the healing path of the Sacred Heart, you are the pilgrim that walks. Pilgrim of the Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart, you support the healing. And like we've got this today in our message, right? So there's a reason I was guided to share this today. I trust I'm not boring you and something resonates. Do let me know how you feel. Pilgrim of the Sacred Heart, you support the healing pathway for all, pathway of abundance, riches for the righteous sacred hearts. Healing your heart, creating your art as a masterpiece. You know you are the sacred, holy key genome eternally. You are here, heart beating now temporarily to co-create in harmony eternally. New earth in balance with sustainable awareness that all life matters. Consciousness, as consciousness, you are the matter for now. You are the life. So are all other forms of life you presently see with your eyes. Love eternally has bound us. We are boundless. This is why you were born. All of you were born to be the light upon the shore, safe shore. Your safety is assured. Rest assured, you are more than ready to claim your power within this sacred hour. The power of the sacred grail, Holy Trinity of God that lives within all. Each heart beating holds the key. Cosmic universal flowers of life opening and love blossoming. Holy thread, give us this day our sacred bread. Life, breath is life. Breathe, pause, release. Forward, onward, upward. After the fall, we grow. Tend now to your sacred home. Weed the garden. Forgive your trespasses against yourself. Breathe, pause, release. You are free. Within the sanctuary of the Sacred Heart that beats, you are free. You are home, home free, ollie oxen free. Does your energy flow? How does your love grow? All humans have been impacted by the current lack of attention to the personal environment within your home and surroundings. Your physical expression of source manifest. Many have forgotten. All of humanity, including you, is the living light. Great blessings are in store for all, in fact. They are present. Great blessings are in store for all. In fact, they are present now. Put your little hand in the hand of Creator's healing waters of love. Peaceful dove, bring your faith back to a place that is accessible to even the tiniest hand. Remember, your home is within and upon the land. 5533. Lack of connection to your consciousness has unconsciously created a near death experience for the collective of humanity. It has been needed to support the birth of sages, a shift of the ages that we are now living in, the holy shift. In the thick of it, consciousness nearly died, near death of humankind. All of you and your planet too. You are now, you are now, Sacred Heart, coming back online from the inside, home free. This is how the rise of humanity was organized throughout eons of not time. Eons not of time. All Sacred Hearts beating here now are part of the divine plan for the peaceful rise. Children of light, remember why you came here now. Where is your point of power today? And it's taking me back to that. This is what we are. In fact, without and beyond special effects, how does the view look to you? Be present here now. What do you see? Where is your presence? Where could it be? Love is your essence, always is, always was, always will be. Divine will be, it's so, love grows. Breathe, pause, release. Rise, peaceful dove, you are the living light. Breathe in deep, God's breath of life. You were born to rise. So all that came through. Oh, maybe I did say. Yeah. So that came through February 27th. And so this first, this book, Playing in the Deep, One Heart's Gift to Humanity, is a bunch of automatic writing, channeled messages from source as I connect. And I'm really looking forward to this year having a revised edition ready for all of those who may want it. So, are you still here, Milos? Did you stick around for all of that? That was a lot. And that's why I felt the need to go back to that book and re-edit it to give people some idea of how source works with me. And it's different for each of us, right? So it's just about finding our process and working with it and trusting the innocence and purity of our heart and those psychic abilities that are on steroids these days that have us seeing and feeling all kinds of things. And, you know, nothing more than a lot of excitement. As unsettled as the energy feels, there is an excitement. There's, you know, and we just have to show up for ourselves. Like I said yesterday, when that wave came in, I'm not sure if it was what it was exactly, if it was a psychic attack or just, you know, some wonky energy in the air. Anyways, I just called on my team of light, of God, of my loved ones and ancestors and the angels to just be with me, to help me. Yeah. And I, you know, he's been around a lot. I mean, he's always around. He's like my constant. He kind of like stands back here with Frank all the time. Frank joined him. So I've got Frank, Archangel Michael, and my bear. And maybe Frank's a combination of the bear and whatever. Anyways, it just feels like, you know, we're going to be okay, everyone. We're going to be okay. We're doing this. Today, all that's important, and every day, what's most important is that you show up for yourself in the softest, most compassionate way possible. And you are the faith that is growing. Don't keep the faith. Don't have faith. You are living faith. And it is sacred dreams that we are here sowing. So I thank you so much, Milos, for being here today. I've missed you, brother. I think I'm going to, I don't know. I keep being like, I really just have to be in the flow in the moment. And I'm feeling like what the flow is meant to be is like, until I get back into some recording schedule, is to connect here with you live every morning around 10, somewhere between 10:10 and 11:11, to connect with you here for an hour, see how it's going. We'll still do our Saturday night lives. They're now starting this week, are going to be at 10:10 p.m. So a little bit earlier for all of us, gratefully. And with that being said, I thank you all so much for showing up. Honestly, if you're still here, you are a real one. You are here for some really important work as as a script flipper, and we need you to step into and onto your path of service in this lifetime via the pathway of healing the inner child, and then creating and growing from that space into your role of leadership via the pathway of self-discipline, personal responsibility, and trust. Without a doubt, the gifts and the abilities that are growing and bursting forth from within you. With that being said, everyone, I'll be back here tomorrow morning with you around 10:10 a.m. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Tomorrow we'll pull some cards for our Sacred Rebel Freedom Friday. And until then, take good care. If you're still here, hit that thumbs up. Show me you care. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do consider subscribing to this channel. It helps growth in a myriad of unseen ways. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Until tomorrow, everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Milos, and I love you. I love you all. I just wanted to say it to you, Milos, because you are here today. I've missed you, and I'm so happy any day I get to share space with you. Until next time, take good care.